entrepreneurs. You're tuned in to the hottest show on IGTV. It's the Mo Today series on Black Muslim businesses. And today we're going to be talking to Sister Zatima X about her business, River City Market. I can't wait for you to come on and check it out. So y'all come on in. I'm just rocking to a little Damien Escobar hip hop freestyle while we're waiting for everybody else to come in the room. So greetings, Des 319, Shutterman the God, greetings, Tariq, Untribe, I'm sorry, Lock I'm sorry. But greetings to you and welcome to the Mo Today series on Black Muslim businesses. We're going to get started here in about 3 minutes. Our sister will be on in about 3 minutes. Other people come into the room and we say just come on. Urban Susie, welcome. If you have not gotten your tickets to my New Year's Eve manifestation party, click the link in the bio and make sure you get your tickets. We're going to talk about how to stop faking it till you making it and learn how to make stuff happen. Shutterman the God, I am so proud of you doing the property of the messenger. I definitely will support you. All praises due to Allah. Thank you, sir. This has been a labor of love, and it has changed my life. It has definitely transformed how I see myself, how I see the world. And now I understand what it means now to be doing something that's very public, but to be able to persevere as well. So thank you so much. I appreciate your support. I'm going to be on a live tomorrow, inshallah, on the Table Talks, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad Table Talks IG Live with Imam Sultan Sadiq tomorrow. So if you want to check that out, I think it's from 4 to 6 p.m. They'll put out a flyer, so don't quote me, but inshallah you'll come and check that out. Assalamu alaikum, Sister Yavanka. May Allah bless you, sis. It was so great talking to you. Hey, Mom. Welcome. Custom Creations for You has joined. Mrs. Phoenix has joined. Welcome. Y'all come on in the room. If you ever want to binge on these shows and go back and listen to past episodes, all you have to do is go to my YouTube channel. It's the Sajda Wendy Muhammad YouTube channel. If you click the link in the bio, there's a link to the YouTube channel, or you can just search my name on YouTube. Also, if you all have not seen the amazing portraits that my sister Yavanka, Sister 1919, has taken and is selling on her site, please make sure that you do. I see my sister here at River City Market has joined us. Sis, let's give it a couple of minutes, about 1 minute. Make sure everybody get on up in here so that they can hear what you have to say. I'm so excited to talk to you. Muslima NM, welcome. Akbar Khan, assalamu alaikum, nephew. How are you? Praise be to Allah. So good to see you, brother. So y'all come on in the room. My sister is here. We'll give it a couple more minutes, sis, and then we're going to bring you on in and we'll go live. Divine Essence Natural, welcome. So, yes, wa alaikum salam. That's Akbar Khan 19. Custom Creations for You said your background is beautiful. Thank you, sis. All praises due to Allah. Ida Muhammad, assalamu alaikum. Thank you. Divine Essence Natural Hair. She is my mother-in-law. Oh, all praises due to Allah. It's just all in the family around here, ain't it? Okay, I'm excited. Okay, so let me go out here and send her a request to join us so we can get this party started. So, sis, I just sent you a request to join. The owner of River City Market is your mother. There she is. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa Walaikum salam,
You
beloved. How
turn
are
to the
you?
side. Can you turn your?
Okay, yes, ma'am.
There you
Yes,
go.
ma'am. I got you.
That's it right there. We just need to see more of your beautiful face. So maybe
Praise
tilt
be
the
to
camera
Allah.
down towards you a little bit
Yes, ma'am.
so we can see you. There we go. Now I see you. Wherever you're doing right there, that's perfect. That's perfect. How are you, sis?
I am well, thank Allah.
I'm
How are
so honored
you?
to meet you, and I so admire what you're doing. I cannot wait to talk to you about it. And I just want to first start off and just say thank you for your perseverance. Thank you for doing
Mm,
what you do. Thank
praise
you
be to
for
Allah.
representing, and that I pray that 2022 is just a year filled with abundance for you and that your business just quadrupled. I expect to get a call from you saying, I don't know what to do. I got too many customers.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh, she dropped the phone. That's okay.
Apologies.
That's
Yes,
all right.
ma'am. There you
So,
go. I'm actually on the road
okay.
with my husband. He is a truck driver, and I wanted to keep my word
Assalamu
to
alaikum, husband,
everyone.
truck driver.
He's
Hey,
actually out of the truck, but I will let him know, Brother Jerome 3X. I will let
Brother
him know.
Jerome,
Praise be
yeah,
to
listen,
Allah.
we
Yes,
appreciate
ma'am.
brothers that pick them up and put them down for their queens. We love that. We honor brothers on this show. It's no feminism, anti-brother stuff over here. So, you know what I mean? And I think that's so beautiful that you all are rolling together like that. It's just beautiful.
Yes, ma'am. Praise be to Allah. Yes, ma'am.
So tell me about River City Market. Why is it called River City Market?
Well, our second son, Syed, who is also the brilliant birth child of Hills and Products, he actually came up with the name River City.
Okay,
And well, Richmond, Virginia is actually the River City.
right.
And so therefore it just was perfect. And it's like Allah gave him that, and I listened and obeyed to his telling me that's what I should name it. And
Hmm.
then everybody, every time you turn around now, everything's River City this, River City that.
You started
So it was
trend, huh?
praise be to Allah. Yes, yes, ma'am.
You know, that often happens with us. Our spirit, our struggle, and who we are, we just create all the time. Creativity just oozes from us. And we don't
Hmm.
realize that people are monetizing off of our creativity. You know, I was watching a show this weekend about Vietnam and the economy of Vietnam, and how the economy of Vietnam is now one of the fastest growing economies in the world. And because they
Wow.
suffered through two wars, the war with America and with France, I think their average age is somewhere around 40 or under 40. So they got a really large population. But the
Wow.
interesting thing is that when you start to look at their culture, they're throwing away so much of the old tradition, and almost everything they're doing is some replication of our culture and our struggle. And I was really struck by it, sis, because I was listening to the language and I said, that's the messenger's language.
Yes, ma'am.
And they think they get it from hip hop, but it's our language. And so that's why I say uplift you, and I'm grateful for you, because all of our culture, we just ooze it. We make up sayings, have names. My brother used to have his own language, and then now it's popular. So River
Yes,
City
ma'am.
Market, your son came up with the name.
Yes, ma'am. Hmm.
That helped with that spirit. And so tell me
Yes.
what you all do at River City Market.
Well, at River City Market, we have a multitude. We're blessed to serve a community in which we raised our family.
Yeah.
So let's do a little back track in reference to the fact that we lived in this neighborhood for well over 15 years,
That's
and
not
needed
too,
to go outside of the area.
but you know
To,
what? Let me pause there,
yes,
because
ma'am.
that's so important that you lived in the community, you saw a need,
Oh,
and
yes,
you
ma'am.
introduced something into your own community.
Yes, ma'am. I was taught, born and raised, taught to make my home, our communities, a place that
Mhm.
we would love to live. So I had no choice but to abide by that. And I say
Mhm.
no choice because uh, it becomes a life mission to give back that which you're blessed with. Um, and we as a people, although in all of the thievery of our ideas, our concepts, um, and all of that, we still thrive. We still have the grandest of futures. So, but yes, ma'am, we saw that in this neighborhood we live. I lived there and had to go grocery shopping outside of the neighborhood
Mm.
if I wanted anything quality, anything really, to tell you the truth,
Mm-hmm.
besides what they offered at the corner store.
Mm.
Um, and so therefore I wanted to become a corner store that offered more. We don't sell any tobacco, any alcohol. You won't find any gambling or any pork there.
Mm-hmm.
We have everything from things you can make for your breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks. If you want to prepare a catered meal for some, we have a slew of items from
Mm-hmm.
local producers, vendors.
Okay.
We strive to go Black owned as often as possible.
Okay.
And someone said, why does it have to be Black owned? Why not? Why not strive to do something that is for yourself first and then go outside of that circle? Being blessed to be raised as a junior MGT back during the time of the messenger, I was taught to, and this is still the time of the messenger, I was
Mm-hmm.
taught to do for self. I grew up around Black entrepreneurs. Black Muslim entrepreneurs was nothing new for me. Steak and take, we shopped only with self.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we and then if we had to go outside of self, we did, but it was a gradual stepping phase, and that's correct. And all communities do this is
Mm-hmm.
nothing new. All communities do. It's only new to us because we were taught other than self. So
Yes.
um, yes, ma'am. Yes,
So
ma'am.
you grew
So,
up were you born in the nation?
not born. I was born in 1964. My mother and my man that became my father
Yes.
joined the Nation of Islam in 1968. So
Okay.
I was 4 years old,
So you a nation
and
baby.
yeah, praise be to Allah. Put
Bless.
in Muhammad's University of Islam in Brooklyn, New York, Temple number 7C. And I have to mention this, that our minister over the state of New York at that time was none other than the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan.
Yep. Yep. I
So
started
I
getting
would
chills
say that
saying
I
that
got it all. I was blessed with it all.
I was just thinking that. I started getting chills and something said, point out the blessings because you all have in your DNA, because you were raised, you have the habitual muscles to do for self,
Yes, ma'am.
to understand what this means on an energetic cellular level.
Yes, ma'am.
And I think it's appropriate that you all are leaders in that and vanguards in that and examples for us, because for those of us that are converts, we have to undo some stuff. And there's
Yes,
a
ma'am.
couple I know.
We still got some DNA
Yeah,
stuff from a long time ago that we
yeah.
undoing as well.
But the
Um,
beautiful thing is that you grew up with that. It's almost like when you are taught that, there's no debating it.
mhm.
It's just what I do. I introduce
Yes, ma'am.
goods into my community. I grew up under the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad's greatest helper.
Allahu Akbar.
I mean, how much
Yes,
more
ma'am.
blessed can you be?
That's right. Yes, ma'am. And so then we turned around and we were always around. My father, he sold the whiting H&G fish. So
Mm,
I'm watching him take care of us from fish and Muhammad Speaks newspapers. My mother sold clothes, and Sister Juma back then, Sister Joyce 13X,
yes.
sold clothes and made whole wheat rolls.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, I always knew that this was going to be me. I'm the eldest, blessed eldest of 8. And out of us, we have people that own their own construction company,
Look at that.
to cleaning supplies, to a gym, a sports gym, to behavioral mental health. So we have entrepreneurs all through our family as well. And so Yeah, it led us to want to do for self. So
Yeah.
then I said to myself, well, how can I live my dream?
Yeah.
Couple of dreams were to be a mother, a wife, just looking at those examples.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Wife, mother, a teacher. I wanted to be a teacher and I wanted to be a farmer.
Mm.
Born and raised in Brooklyn, and I wanted to be a farmer.
And you wanted to be a farmer. Look at that.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So
So,
the entrepreneurial bug just hit you, or was it always there? Were you always
it was,
kind of
it was always there. It was
okay?
always there. I actually, we did, Zatima's Loving Care for almost 20 years in Northside. In that home, we did family day home. So I invited children, families from the community, and actually helped to raise their families while they went to work and such. So
Mm.
Zatima's Loving Care, and a lot of people in the area know me from that um, journey in my life.
That's so valuable and so needed because people have children and they have to deal with the stress of leaving their child with somebody that
Like,
may not
safe,
handle them properly, may not teach them properly, and who might be depositing something in them that they don't want deposited in them. And so here you are, and the name of it, loving care, is powerful.
praise be to Allah. Thank you.
Very.
Yes, ma'am.
And so the
Thank you.
River City Market, I'm trying to get a visualization. So
Okay.
I'm thinking, tell me if I'm right. I'm thinking 7-Eleven, no lottery tickets, no cigarettes, no scratch offs, no beer,
Barely any processed foods.
barely
Um,
processed food.
Barely any processed foods. Anything that might be processed locally. You
Okay.
have some pastas that are made locally.
Okay.
You have some different snacks and desserts that are made. Well, and to tell you the truth, every item is processed, even your apple,
Yeah.
because it has to be harvested from the tree. That's a process. Then it has to
Mhm.
go into a box. That's a process. And then it has to be shipped to the store. That's a process. So that's all process. It's just the way things are processed.
Yes.
Um, yes, ma'am. We strive to bring the very best of local. We have everything from black seed oil to, we have a sister that produces elderberry syrups. We have sisters and brothers that produce sea moss. And then, like I said, and then on top of that, everything you need from local produce to your rice, your pastas, your meats, halal meats, um,
Mm. What?
local pasteurized, fed meats, organic meats, raised, some of them raised in the name of Allah. Um, we
What?
also, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I looked for
Oh,
the very best. I looked for the very best that I could to put um, in to that store because being blessed to grow up in a nation, I learned early that what I eat
yes.
turns around and influences greatly how I think.
Yes.
And so our motto is eat to live, live well. And
Yes.
so if I think I eat well and I think well, I live well. And
Yes.
that's just it's just 1, 2, 3. It's just a Harlem shuffle or a dance that you have to
Mhm.
do with life. You have to give yourself these opportunities.
Now, are
And
you
we can
what they would call a food desert over there in Richmond?
oh yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. No doubt. We're the only grocery store on Brooklyn Park Boulevard. Um,
How
we
far
are
is the next big grocery store where you could at least get something other than packaged foods?
so
Okay.
if you're driving, let's say 10 to 15 minutes away.
Okay. That's
If you're walking, that's a couple of hours.
yeah.
So most of us in that neighborhood that did not have transportation, we would ride the bus.
Okay.
And so you have to ride, and see, in the city of Richmond, you have to ride two buses. You have to connect
Oh,
downtown. Everything goes downtown, and you have to connect down there to get to where you go, and then two buses back. So you're talking about a full day's work of worth of work, in which we actually deliver.
I was
We
gonna
do
ask you about
pickup.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We deliver, we do pickup, as well as we ship. So my daughter, and you mentioned her earlier, Muslima,
Mm-hmm.
she actually is in California. And speaking of her, in my little pod, because my mother had multiple grandchildren, but in my little pod, out of the six that we have, Muslima is our actress, and we have herbologists, and we have cosmetologists, and we have so everybody has got their own, praise be to Allah, way
Beautiful.
of doing things.
So
Um,
beautiful.
and so you just encourage somebody in who they are,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and then of course there's a need for everything. So it's a
Mm-hmm.
blessing.
And
But we ship as far as California.
oh,
And
that's
she gets her veggie burger, which was mentioned on our nation's meeting one time, believers meeting
mm-hmm.
under ABLE. It was
Mm-hmm.
offered as a product that could possibly be, but because of shipping issues, but I ship to her all the way in Chicago, and she eats those fresh, delicious burgers. I ship her navy beans out there. So we ship, as well as deliver, as well as pick up.
That's
Yes.
amazing. You are blowing my mind. I'm just loving this. And so tell me this. Talk to me about, because one thing that's important to me, let me say this first, is showing
Yes, ma'am.
people how we do business.
Okay.
I spend a lot of time in my businesses when I create a policy and procedure, making sure that I'm infusing the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad and the
Yes, ma'am.
high level of service that he instructed us to give to our people. And it's important for us to serve our people in a way that is better than what they would get when they go somewhere else. So talk to me a
That's
little
right.
bit about the service you offer, specifically to those who are disenfranchised, if you will, say the seniors,
Mm.
or people who can't really move around, and people who just not used to good service. What will I experience when I come to River City Market?
Well, is it okay that I give this to everyone that comes through the door? Because everyone that comes through the door is greeted with welcome to River City Market. As they begin to look around, we can tell whether or not it's their first time, or we'll say, is this your first time here?
Mm,
Oh, it's your first time? Great. Well, let me show you what we have. And we actually inform them of some of the things that we have. And then we let them know that if there's something they don't see, to
mhm,
please request it. And if
mhm.
there's something they want to see, as a matter of fact, over half of the products on our shelves, which we stock over 600 products, over half of the products on our shelves are based on customer requests.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
So the
That's
customer
so
said,
this because
yes, ma'am.
I've been talking to people about service lately, and it's interesting because in this predatory capitalist world, it's like they design a system and they're gonna serve you the way you want to be served. But you can't be successful that way. You gotta give me what I need and what I want. So one of the things that I
And when I need it.
tell customers, the first thing I say to them is, what do you want? What do you need? And that is beautiful that of the 600 products and services that you offer, many of them are customer requested.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And so we stock those things that the customers want as well as need according to season even. We
Yeah.
also inform our customers about things that are just not available during this season, or
Mm-hmm.
things that would be better that I don't purchase during the off season,
Mm-hmm.
because then I'm purchasing it from further away, which means it has to be sprayed with certain things so that it could maintain its beautiful appearance for you.
Yes.
A lot of people don't understand that, and this is the beauty of my degree in agriculture.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people don't understand that it's okay that the vegetable is not all that pretty.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
they think, it's got to be, and that comes from years of thinking that everything has to be perfect and,
Mm-hmm.
let's just say it, white.
Yeah.
So it has to be looking a certain way. And that is not the facts. That's not actual facts. Actual facts is that the quality of something is more important.
So
So we
you may
do
say
inform them.
organic. You just made me think of something. So something may say that it's organic, but it
Mhm.
might not be shipped organic because they may grow it organically, but as they're shipping it across the country, especially when it's out of season, like you mentioned, they may just spray it to make sure that it makes the trip.
Well, it's just like, beloved, that is exactly true. But it's just also like this that the gentleman, is that Torre? That is a brother, right? Torre
Mm-hmm.
Muhammad?
Brother
Okay,
Corey.
great. Well, I was like, that was a beautiful name. I was hoping that it. So um, the brother said to me, I said, so is there a list of questions? And he said, it's going to be organic. And it just means that it's something that naturally occurs.
Oh,
Everything has to be made into a dollar. So they have taken this terminology and made it into a dollar. When
mhm.
actuality, it just means how it naturally grows. So
Uh-huh.
therefore, we want the things to, we want to take them in our bodies how they naturally grow. That way, what? Our bodies can accept them better.
I
And
see.
then we can digest them better. And then we
Mm-hmm.
can be healthier, happier, everything.
I see.
So, yes, ma'am, that could change easily by where it has to come from.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I totally get that. And I think that's good education because a lot of people don't understand what organic means and halal, and they looking for that pretty apple and all of that kind of stuff. But like you said, if it's not sprayed and it's not organically manipulated, it might not be all that pretty.
Yes, ma'am. And I just want to say really quickly, I have to say this. I see Sister 19 said something.
Yes.
And that beloved sister, her sister Ivanka and her husband, brother Reginald, and your god brother, I have been living off their music for, well, born and raised in I might be up there in age, but I love rap still. I
Yeah.
love a good message, and they got it going on. I just
Mm-hmm.
wanted to say that real quick.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, you don't get too old for hip hop. Hip hop is 50.
Oh, never that.
You don't get you don't get old. I work out to my old hip hop music all the time. I put on some Kool Moe Dee and some LL, and sometimes that's my workout music. So it's
Yes, ma'am.
interesting because, like with anything else, once they steal it from us and package it and categorize it, then they try to tell us, well, you have to be a certain age, and
Age.
they start this I call it the Yakub technology that's still at work. The grafting process is still
Oh,
happening. So they start grafting out the people that they think are much, much more susceptible to what they want to do with the cultural things that they've stolen from us. When at the end of the day, we have the right to all enjoy what we want to enjoy.
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So,
Yeah.
okay, so we talked about organic and you explained that, and thank you for that.
Yes, ma'am.
What is halal?
Halal means that a animal, more than likely.
Mm-hmm.
Kosher is another terminology, but halal is mean that an animal was sacrificed for food in the name of Allah.
Yes.
So it is the way the animal is killed and the way the blood is drained away from the body. That's important because when an animal is killed under fright and you eat that animal, you actually take on that personality.
Mm-hmm.
The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan describes it as scratching where you don't itch.
Mm-hmm.
And that's because you're scratching because you didn't ate that chicken that's scratching all the time. Whereas that if you ate a better raised chicken, you would not have that itch. So it all applies to that. Yes, ma'am.
Mm-hmm. And there's certain chemicals and hormones that get released when they're killed under fright that then
Yes, ma'am.
alter the DNA of the meat you're eating, and then it goes into your body and
Oh,
ultimately
definitely.
impacts our DNA.
Yes, ma'am. It impacts it greatly. Brother Dr. Wesley is a student on how greatly that estrogen, you know,
Mm-hmm.
the impact it has on our body. So yes, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
So there's other things that when people come in and you said everything, just about everything has a process. And so I think that's important to clear up because a lot of people say, I don't eat processed foods. And I used to say that, but then I started thinking about everything has to go through some form of process. It's
One,
the
two,
type of
three.
process, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And so then you have this whole concept of packaged foods and complex carbohydrates that are
Mhm.
giving us diabetes and causing
Right.
guts and making us our hormones go out of whack, so we're gaining weight and things like that.
Yes.
What types of alternative snacks do you offer at River City Market if I'm a potato chip girl?
Oh, well, we actually have local raised chips.
Huh?
They're called Root 11 chips, and they have a variety of them. They have ones without salt, ones low in carbohydrates, lots of different flavors,
Mm,
as well as we carry Eula Tortilla Chips. Now, this is a corn chip, and it's supposed to be raised from a non-GMO corn.
okay.
And to clear up the issue concerning corn in its milk stage is good for us to consume.
Hmm.
And corn in its later stage, its hardish, yellowish stage, is the not good one for us to consume.
Right.
But we have snacks such as that. We also carry a new item, um, Dota's Kitchen. This is a sister. She's not local. She's actually in Maryland. However, she makes a slew of uh, baked products like lasagna, spinach, veggie lasagna, different things she makes that are not meat infused, carbohydrate, high in carbohydrates. Some of them actually don't have gluten in them. She
Mm,
does cheesecakes and such. And of course, we have to have the nation's supreme bean pie. And
come
we
on
got
now. Come on now.
that has to be there, praise be to Allah. So that's there. And
Hmm.
we also, of course, stock that How to Eat to Live. We carry that How to Eat to Live. And
Hmm.
those are all at the inshallah, the charity of the store towards Muhammad's Mosque number 24, the light.
Come on, Muhammad's Mosque number 24. Look at this. So
Yes.
also, tell me about what the response has been in the community to your wonderful contribution to the community and your
Praise.
wonderful attempt at solving a problem, because you're in a food desert.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
And there's so many food deserts around the country. I see your business being a model for other food deserts around the country, and that being a business model that you can offer to other food deserts around the country. So if there are other believers who say, you know what, I want to open a grocery store, well, they should be consulting with you
Inshallah.
on how,
Inshallah.
and they should be willing to pay you to consult and help them to set up a market in another food desert so that we solve this problem nationwide.
Yes, ma'am. It is a problem nationwide. The thing is that we have been so well trained to eat the wrong things. I've noticed that offering us a better choice has been a positive response. You asked me
Okay.
what type of response has happened.
Hmm.
Okay,
Hmm.
when we first began our journey, we actually had a huge influx of the new community coming in.
Uh-huh. I see.
So there
The
is
new,
a new community coming in, the
mhm,
young
the new
new
gentrified.
community, graduate college,
Hmm.
and different, lots of gentrification going
Hmm.
on as well. That's coming in the area.
Hmm.
That we noticed that that's happening. However, as time went on and uh, people, um, COVID hit, so we opened May the 11th, 2019. We know what May the 11th is.
On the
So we
minister's birthday.
yes,
Look at
man,
that.
praise be to Allah. So we opened May the 11th, 2019, formally from the store. We had done farmers markets for years,
Yes.
and we were received very well, more from the new community in the beginning.
Okay.
Um, However, with the efforts of Black Lives Matter and everybody thinking about self again and that whole concept,
Yes.
um, we received um, more participation from self. Um, During COVID, and we looked at my daughters and I and my husband, we looked at the numbers during COVID, was actually our most prosperous time.
Yeah, I was gonna
And,
ask.
and that's because people didn't want to go into an environment with a whole bunch of people. And they
Mm-hmm,
wanted to go somewhere they knew was clean and
mm-hmm,
somewhere they knew they could find good, clean food.
mm-hmm.
However, after COVID, or is it after COVID? After COVID, or during this time that we believe that we're in after COVID, um, a lot of us have forgotten. A lot of us have gone back to the big stores, the Krogers, and the different places to get the supplies they need.
Mm-hmm.
So we're in the process of reinventing some of our initiatives. Our first initiative that we're taking on is one with North Carolina Fair Share.
Okay.
And what they do is they're in technology. So they have tech packs helping people to be able to do hotspots and mobile phones,
Mm,
all at affordable rates.
okay.
And so that's our first initiative. Our second one is with Virginia Fresh Match, and this is through the USDA, a partnership with them, in which what they'll do is they'll turn around and they will match every dollar that an EBT customer spends on fresh or frozen foods.
So EBT, what is that? Like the new
That's
food stamps,
electronic benefit
electronic benefit?
transfer.
I was
That's
going to ask
SNAP.
you about that.
SNAP.
If you open
Oh
it up,
yes, ma'am.
just
We definitely. Oh
register.
yes, ma'am. We did that first and foremost because the goal was to reach us that needed that food.
Yes, ma'am. I
So
got it.
we immediately became qualified to accept that. And now with this Virginia Fresh Match program, for every dollar that a person spends on fresh or frozen produce, they get back 50 cents for every
Okay.
dollar they spend. And then the USDA turns around and um, reimburses River City Market, and then local farmers that produce get funds for the produce that we sell.
So come on
So
in.
it's
So
a win-win
EBT
for
call.
all stakeholders. It's a win-win.
That's
Praise
beautiful.
be to Allah. It's a
That's
win-win. Yes,
beautiful.
ma'am. And then this last one, this is huge, because I noticed, and this is to our believing community, we have decided to do a survey. The Ministry of Agriculture in our 9 ministries, they are going to be producing this spring, inshallah. And so we want to know what foods and fruits and vegetables you would like so that we could plant those in our Ministry of Agriculture and turn around and sell them at River City Market.
Mm-hmm.
So this way, there's everybody is connected in that. And
Yeah.
inshallah, we can uplift the store as well. But yes, ma'am.
Do you have space outside of the store where you grow all fruits and vegetables that you sell in the store?
Personally, no. That was that last dream, that
Okay.
farmer.
Mhm.
No, ma'am. Actually, Allah is saving me for something for that one. Because my husband and I, family wise, personally, we have approached it a couple of times, and for some reason, it didn't, progress to the next step.
Mhm.
So I think he has something specific in mind for our
Mhm.
family in reference to, or for me in reference to agriculture, whether that means I'll be out at our farm, Muhammad's farm in Georgia or in
Mhm.
Michigan. I don't know what he got planned.
Mhm. Yeah, and it's
So,
so interesting because you can start off doing one thing and then Allah is just using that to prepare you for the next thing. And so I like your spirit of just flowing and allowing it to reveal itself to you.
yes, ma'am, that's important, because to fight it is a hard life that way. It's better to be appreciative, be grateful, and
Hmm.
find yourself, uh, following and submitting.
Yes,
Really,
yes,
yes.
that's exactly right. That's exactly right. So if we want, what types of things, if I just said I want to go on your site, is it
Mhm.
rivercitymarket.com?
It's RVA, rivercitymarket.com.
Okay, I'm gonna put that on here, RVA, rivercitymarket.com. And
Yes, ma'am.
if I want to order some stuff, tell me the types of things all the way over here in Chicago that I could order from River City Market.
Okay. Well, you have, like I said, all the natural supplements,
Uh-huh.
from black seed oil all the way through to hibiscus oils,
Mm-hmm.
peppermint oils, diatomaceous earth. Um, then we also have, far as foods that you would eat besides the supplements, you have
Mm-hmm.
the pastas, you have scratch pasta, you have um, uh, who else? We have farmer focused chicken. We
Mm-hmm.
have um, Lunenburg ground beef, organically raised pasteurized ground beef. We have Shabazz eggs, which are produced by a sister that actually has her own farm, chicken farm. Um, whew, Heels and products. And I knew this was going to happen. I was not going to be able to remember
That's okay.
everything.
That's okay. I want to give people an idea so that they can see that, because my whole thing is, let's take the extra time to buy Black Muslim.
Yes, ma'am.
Whatever you need, go in the directory, go buy Black Muslim. So give it a shot. If you're on here and you're not a Black Muslim, I promise you, you will find quality products, because we are taught and trained to offer quality products, to introduce much needed goods and services into our community, and to be conscious when we are producing and delivering our products. And I know that people will find us a refreshing alternative
Oh, yes, ma'am.
to
Yes,
what
ma'am.
they've been experiencing. And things, it's just like the apple, right? Everything may not be all shiny. We may not be as shiny as Kroger, but you're going to come in and you're going to get some stuff that's not going to harm you.
Right. And
Inshallah.
you will, not only that, you will leave with a feeling that you have some goodness, some quality. See, so
Mm.
quality has a different feeling than junk. It
Mm.
just, it's
Think
not
about
only in the
feeling
food, but
quality.
in your environment, the people you spend time with. Quality. This is quality time I'm spending here. I'll never forget this moment. And
Mm-hmm.
not just because it's about River City Market, but because I'm engaging with another sister. I'm engaging with our family of people from all over the world should be on here because I invited everyone. Um, my blessing of being able to serve goes even into the United States Army. I'm a vet. I did my time there because once I graduated and came out of school and realized that at that time, not knowing that I had a nation to return to, I went to his army and I served him and he enjoyed it so much he asked me to come back and I realized I was like, oh no. But but all that to say that we provide the service and the love and the care that we carry ourselves in because of the teachings that we were given. There's no doubt everything that is of good comes by way of this life-giving teachings that was
Mm-hmm.
given to us from Master Farad Muhammad to
Mm-hmm.
the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, to the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, and to the world. So it is up to us to take these teachings and not look at it as a race thing and not look at it as a hate thing and use this to become a community, a family of people. And
Yeah.
this is one thing I found out as an adult after years of being a child and reading, I believe, the message to the black man, and knowing Islam so well. The Honorable Miss Louis Farrakhan said, read that page where the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad says, I am the messenger of Allah to you all, not just to black people, to all of us. And we have to say, hey, wait a minute, I thought that was just a black thing. Read and get that knowledge and understand that this type of life that we're striving to live is of the best quality. It is treating each other with the respect, slowing down when we don't say the right thing, apologizing, atoning, because things don't always turn out right.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a wonderful life, even without the money. Oh, we ain't rich over here. No, why are we on the road in the truck?
It's coming.
It's
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 coming.
not financial, if money comes, however, it is good money. It is not of some type of elaborate, enormous amount of
It's not
wealth or
ill-gotten.
anything. Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Not
ma'am.
we're
It's
creating.
ain't no fairy tales here.
Yeah. No, it's coming. I
Yes,
want
ma'am.
to end. I want to end these last 5 minutes or so by honoring your parents
Yes, ma'am. Please
who raised
do.
you as Muslims
Mm,
under the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And I
mm,
always give honor to those brothers and sisters who held that door open, that we can sit on a podcast like we are today and benefit from what they sacrificed that they may not have had an opportunity to experience. They sacrificed and gave everything so that we
You
could be
know,
here today talking about halal chicken. And I mean, it's amazing what they gave. And there was no end in sight. They just knew they wanted to give. So talk to me about your parents. Let's say
yes,
the
ma'am.
name and
Yes,
and
ma'am.
honor, and as we close out the show.
Yes, ma'am. Well, there was a time when I used to say that I couldn't remember them before 5 years old, before 4 years old. And then the minister blessed us with Dianetics, or looking back at our grief and dealing with those things. And I was able to see them and the love that they gave me and the care that they had for me.
Mm-hmm.
And then when coming into our lives, or into my life at that time, physically again, my father, not
What's
my birth father.
what's his name?
However, this man was a father to me.
What's his name?
And
Jerome.
he, Brother Charles, no,
Oh,
Brother
oh,
Charles. Yeah, Jerome is my husband. Praise be to
okay,
Allah.
that's
Brother Charles, and I believe it was 32 or 54X. Allah hasn't blessed me to come with that memory yet. It's coming though, because I didn't have that number until this morning, till I thought about it even further.
all praises due to
And
Allah.
then all praise is due to Allah. And then my mother, Sister Juma, uh, or back then, Sister Joyce, 13X. May Allah be pleased with both of these great,
Yeah.
great souls.
We thank them and honor them.
Yes, ma'am. They definitely put the pit to the pat. My father with the selling of the Whiting H&G and the Muhammad Speaks newspaper, and taking care of us. No food stamps, no welfare. We could, oh no. You back then you weren't allowed to get on those things. You had to go out there and get your things that you needed for yourself and your family. And it was eight
Mm.
of us and those two parents. My mother sewing out clothes. Uh, oh yeah, we had some hand-me-downs, but guess what? We looked good everywhere we went.
Mm-hmm.
Praise be to Allah.
She,
Well taken care of. My mother just transitioned in March of
yeah,
this year,
pleased with her.
and I'm wearing her scarf to honor her today.
That's why I was picking up on that. I knew it was something.
Yes, ma'am.
I
I'm
said
wearing
her
her
parents
scarf
is
to honor
coming
her
through, right?
today.
Okay, okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Sister Juma. She even taught, and I didn't share this earlier. I'm the student director, blessed to serve. There's a student director of Muhammad's University of Islam here
Mm-hmm.
in Muhammad's Mosque number 24.
Mm-hmm.
And she even served as a How to Eat to Live student instructor for us a couple of years. And they said, that Sister Juma's hard. Yeah, she
Yeah,
was. But
yeah,
praise be to Allah, that type of discipline that we were given, speaking of that whole pioneers, all those pioneers, and some of us cast some judgment as to um, them not being as studied as we are today. They laid the pavement through their discipline and
yes,
their obedience and
yes,
their submission to
yes,
do the will of Allah. And I
yes,
thank them. I am so very grateful to them.
yes. And
Yes,
this is in Brooklyn.
yes,
Seven,
ma'am. In
seven.
New York, 7C, 7C. Yes, ma'am.
And how'd you guys get from Brooklyn to Richmond?
As time progressed, and so I don't know if you recall this or have heard of these stories of the nation afterwards. Things
Yes, ma'am.
that's a whole nother session.
Yes, ma'am.
Um, but all praise due to Allah, my mother got us out of New York, so we ended up coming to Richmond. So we ended up in Richmond, Virginia, and there were quite a few pioneers here in the city of Richmond.
Yes, ma'am.
That sheltered us through parks and recreation. Sister Badia YG, Brother Ben X, and
Say
just
that.
different ones.
Say their
Yes,
name.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. They actually sheltered us here in Richmond, and unbeknownst to us, even that they were FOI and MGT. We had no idea until time went on and we got older. Yes.
That's that. Wait a minute. Yeah, I understand. That happens all the time. When I've been working by the grace of Allah to renovate and restore the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad's home, I run across people, and I no, let me change that. I'm not running across people. Allah brings people here,
Mm-hmm.
and I get to talking to them, and they say, you know, my mom was in the nation.
Mm-hmm.
And so, how can I help? I work at the such and such commission. You trying to get a license for this and that? You know, my mom was in the net. Never fails.
Yes,
Never.
ma'am.
Even,
Yes.
and it's not just Black people.
That's right. Friendships in all walks of life.
I was at the merchandise mart looking at antique wallpaper. And a white man came out. I was holding, you know how you go to these design places and they give you all these books. So I had all these
Right.
books. I had to sit the books down. He said, let me give you a bag. He went and got the bag. The bag had a picture of Muhammad Ali on it.
Mm.
I put the stuff in the bag and sat it down. Now, I've not told this man my name. He started saying, he said, I don't know what you're renovating. He said, but I grew up in Kenwood, Hyde Park. He said, a lot of people don't know this, but I used to live right by Elijah Muhammad. I'm in there shopping for wallpaper for the Most Honorable Elijah
Praise
Muhammad.
be to Allah.
Letting him guide me on this, and this man comes, he sends this man out who says, my father used to talk to him over the gate.
Mm.
So there's friendships everywhere. And people have, and so I understand exactly what you're saying. When you all arrived in Richmond in need
Mm-hmm.
of shelter, Allah sending a fellow believer that you didn't even know,
Yes, ma'am.
shelter you and nurture you and usher you through and the family through that challenging time. So
Yes,
all
ma'am.
praise to Allah.
Yes, ma'am. Well, I want to thank you also, ma'am, because I was blessed to see you at a workshop at Savior's Day. And so it encouraged me also in reference to the mindset of a Muslim that is a business person.
Yes, praise
And I said to myself, or rather even to my daughter this morning, about how we interacted during that Savior's Day. And it was very minimal. However, I said to myself, that was also inspiring for me to push forward. So, yes, ma'am. And my sisters do that for me all the time, though.
Thank you
Y'all,
for that
the
feedback.
MGT, no lie. No, the MGT. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, yeah. I believe in the sisterhood.
Yes, ma'am.
I believe in the sisterhood, and I thank you for all that you're doing, for everything that
Praise be to God.
I see. We got your website up here, rvarivercitymarket.com.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
thank you. I thank your family. I thank your husband for allowing you to just take this time. I appreciate you keeping your word. And I thank your family for their sacrifices to our great nation. And I pray that their sacrifices and any pain that was associated with that gets converted into more and more goodness and success for you and your family.
Praise be to Allah. Thank you, beloved. Thank you
Yes,
so
ma'am.
much.
All
Yes.
praises to Allah. So y'all go out there. I'm getting ready to go to the website and see what I can order and support. I'm about to do that right now. I encourage everybody, buy Black Muslim first. Give us a try. I'm telling you, you will not be disappointed. Go to rvarivercitymarket.com. Thank you, sis. Love you much. Keep up the
Yes.
good work. May Allah continue to bless you.
Something like that.
Wa alaikum salam. Thank you all today for joining the hottest show on IGTV. It's the Mo Today series on Black Muslim businesses. Go to the website. You can check out the businesses. Click the link in my bio. You can listen to past episodes of this show. Make sure you also get your tickets for the New Year's Eve manifestation party, because this is the type of thing that we're talking about, how to make it happen. We are not from that school of thought where we're going to fake it till we make it. That's some BS. We're going to make it happen. And we understand that in business, we're only as good as what we can make happen. So thank you all. Click the link in the bio, peruse around, support the renovation and restoration of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and follow me. Follow me. Mom says I see bean pie on the website. Follow me, please, so that you can hear about some of the upcoming broadcasts that we're going to have. So, assalamu alaikum, and thank you all for joining today.